Hi everyone, I'm Kara Sundlin. 1 year ago today, on February 1st, 2021, a local superintendent let kids know they had a snow day in a pretty creative way. Take a look.
Close up that computer, cause it's a snow day. We will not be zooming, cause it's a snow day. Come on, build a fort or an angel, cause it's a snow day. And ain't nobody rushing you, it's a snow day. I can't stop to see why. It's our first snow day. It's our first snow day, come on.
5 years ago today, people gathered in West Hartford to protest a ban on immigration.
My forebears, most of my family went up the chimneys in Auschwitz, and but for the generosity of this nation, I would not be here, and I think we all have to remember that.
Honoring his family's legacy is what drew Bruce Gould to West Hartford for a pro-immigration rally tonight.
What's happening now in this country, I'm 62 years old, and I thought some of the other challenges that we've been through, I thought I made it through, and yet, here again we have someone that really doesn't understand what America represents to the rest of the world.
Gould, along with hundreds of others, gathered near the steps of the town hall to protest an executive order by President Donald Trump, temporarily banning immigrants from 7 primarily Muslim countries from entering the U.S.
I'm here because I feel like our country was built on immigration, especially the refugees who are suffering so much, and we need to open our doors to them.
Since it was signed last Friday, the ban has sparked outrage and large protests across the country.
At this time, it's Muslims from Syria or other refugees that are being banned or deported or turned away, but it could be any immigrant or any refugees.
Amir Nabil is with Common Ground Services, one of the organizers of tonight's rally.
As a first-generation immigrant myself 18 years ago, for me it means a lot to be here and support this cause.
Gould says, despite our obvious differences, we all have something in common.
All, one way or another, a refugee or an immigrant.
10 years ago, a local police officer was fighting parole for the man who shot him. Susan Raff reports.
My biggest fear is the day that's coming that he's going to be released.
Mike Daubert has lived with that fear for a long time. Are you concerned about your safety and perhaps your family's safety?
Very, very much.
Daubert doesn't believe Kenneth Ruggles, the man who almost killed him 25 years ago, is not a threat.
He still feels that I am a communist agent and that I was sent here to stop him from ever getting out of jail.
It all started here at the Bethel Post Office. Kenneth Ruggles was looking for signatures for a petition. He was running for governor. Officer Mike Daubert was a young cop at the time who had to tell Ruggles he couldn't campaign here in front of the post office. But little did the officer know that for the next 7 weeks, Ruggles would be stalking him everywhere he went. And he wrote it all down in his journal.
And he noted this in his journal, that the time that he had to assassinate me was during my dinner break for that I had the bad habit of not wearing the vest.
Daubert had been a cop for only 6 months, right out of college. He was on his dinner break at this Bethel drive-in when Ruggles, an unemployed contractor in his 30s, carried out his plan.
I was still sitting literally in the roadway.
And he tapped you right in the roadway?
Right in the roadway. And that was to start the chase.
The chase ended a few blocks away. Ruggles pulled in front of Daubert's cruiser and got out with a shotgun. What did Kenneth Ruggles say to you right before he shot you?
He said, "I'm FBI Agent Ruggles, put your weapon down."
Daubert says he hesitated, and in that split second, Ruggles began firing. Daubert was hit 21 times.
I believe he just literally blew the side of my face off.
How many surgeries have you had?
A total of about 17 different surgeries.
All on your face?
Yep. For my face, lower jaw has all been rebuilt.
Ruggles was found not guilty by reason of insanity and sent to Whiting in Middletown. He claims to be a Vietnam veteran. He's not. At one point, he said he was the governor. He's also had a hit list. People on it include past governors, his own defense attorney, prosecutors, and others who don't want him to be released. People like Mike Daubert.
In the past, he has told doctors different things, that he was going to stay on medication. He believed he was getting better. And then when we were able to get a hold of the journal entries and things, testimony, it was found that he was lying to the doctors.
But perhaps what is most disturbing is this.
From that day on, for the last 18 years, 20 years, he has had a journal. This new psychiatric review board didn't review any of his journals in the last 2 years. We were shocked when that came out at the hearing.
If these doctors are not reviewing a journal, that certainly doesn't make sense, and I think they certainly should review it.
Senator Paul Doyle has concerns about Ruggles' journal and where he could be released, an outpatient center in the community.
Are they prepared to handle people like that?
I don't think they are, to be honest. I think halfway houses, serve an important purpose to our community, but I don't think they're sufficient to protect the community from an individual like this.
What do you think would happen if he gets released?
I think that he's definitely going to reoffend. He tells you that in the hearings. He states over and over that he does not believe in mental illness. He does not believe in medicine. He feels that mental illness is a spiritual thing.
Doesn't sound like he's rehabilitated.
He testifies to this, and we thought for sure, what board in their right mind would allow a gentleman out who is clearly telling them that he will not abide by their regulations upon being released.
And that's today in Connecticut history.